Kaya-chan is a girl everyone's afraid of, because sometimes she's downright terrifying. On a beautiful day at kindergarten, several kids are having fun at the playground. A little girl is playing on the swing and asks her friend to push her harder. That's when something shoves her with brutal force, and the little girl falls to the ground, bursting into tears. Shortly after, teacher Chie is holding an ice pack against the head of the girl who fell, noting that lately kids have been falling off the swings quite a bit. Teacher Akira says that's pretty normal for kids, but Chie disagrees, pointing out this is the 5th time it's happened in just 1 week. Right then, the children start screaming, "Teacher Chie, Kaya's fighting again!" And there she is, Kaya, standing with her arms spread wide in front of the swings, blocking a boy from using one. The boy gets irritated because he really wants to swing on that specific swing, but Kaya says firmly, "You can't, absolutely not." Chie shows up and tells her to stop. "Kaya, you're always picking on someone." Kaya makes an angry little face. At that moment, some teachers gossip among themselves that Chie is the new teacher and got stuck with Kaya. Apparently, the previous teacher in charge of Kaya ended up quitting because she nearly went insane dealing with the girl. It seems Kaya's always fighting, and the teachers are hoping Chie can handle the pressure of looking after her. While trying to lecture Kaya, the little girl takes advantage of the distraction and runs off, with Chie chasing after her. Right then, the boy seizes the opportunity, now that Kaya isn't there to stop him, and jumps on the swing. But as soon as he starts having fun, the vibe totally shifts. The air gets heavy, and a creepy hand starts pushing him. He enjoys it at first until he's pushed way too hard, super high, and he starts freaking out. He begs, "Stop! Please, stop!" That's when Kaya appears, grabbing the swing's chain and knocking the boy off. She orders, "Get out of here!" But the boy thinks she was the one pushing him like that. However, as soon as Kaya sits on the swing, she's pushed with tremendous force too, and the boy realizes it wasn't her pushing him. Without even changing her expression, Kaya's launched super high, and at that moment, a dark, viscous stain appears on the ground. A monster with a huge mouth emerges, with hands coming out of it, pushing Kaya with all its might. But before she can fall, Kaya reveals her true power and lands a devastating punch on the monster, obliterating it instantly. That's when we discover that Kaya actually has super psychic powers. After defeating the monster, Kaya extends her hand to the boy and says, smiling, "Don't be scared. Everything's okay now. Want to swing together?" The boy, scared out of his mind, runs away screaming, "Now I'm afraid of the swing, and especially of you." Kaya gets sad and murmurs, "I'm not scary." Teacher Chie saw everything, and we realize she can see the monsters too. Later, a girl is playing with a "Where is it, found it" peekaboo book. She's super happy with the simple game, but when she opens the next page, a dark aura flows out of the book, paralyzing the girl. At the same time, Akira receives a call from one of the parents saying their daughter won't be coming in that day. When she goes to tell Chie, she walks in on Chie and Kaya in a tug of war over the book the little girl was reading earlier. Kaya says, not letting go of the book. "This one's off limits." The little girl storms off saying, "I hate you, Kaya." Chie asks, "Kaya, do you want this book that badly?" But when she turns around, Kaya's already dropped the book, leaving only a piece of tape to keep anyone from opening it. Chie gets exhausted and vents, "I can't figure out what you're thinking." Akira tells her not to worry too much about it, or she'll end up losing her mind. She adds, "Some kids are just mean by nature." Chie gets worried and thinks that nothing Kaya's doing is random or just kid stuff. After all, ever since she defeated the monster at the swing, nothing bad has happened again. She wonders if the book also has some kind of monster. She tries to deny it, believing the monster she saw was just her mind playing tricks. But curiosity gets the better of her. When she opens the book, she notices Kaya put tape on one of the pages. Understanding everything, she runs out and finds Kaya filling several books with tape. She grabs the book from Kaya's hands. "You can't do this! Now no one will be able to read them!" Chie then explodes with rage and lets out a huge yell. "Kaya, put back all the books you messed up!" The scream is so loud the teachers laugh, already noticing that Kaya's driving Chie crazy. While organizing the books, Chie realizes there are tons of them and gets pretty discouraged. Kaya says, "None of them can be opened," and walks out of the room. Chie gets frustrated because all Kaya ever says is, "Can't do this, can't do that," but never explains why. She then selects some books to remove the tape from, but ends up remembering what Kaya said before with that firm voice, "Can't open them." But since she can't leave the books like that, she decides to open them anyway. As she pulls off one of the tapes, Kaya senses it immediately, and comes running ninja style to stop Chie. Chie finishes removing the tape and, remembering how she used to play with books like this as a kid, decides to play around a little. But when she turns the page, "Found you!" A monster's face pops right in her face. She throws the book away, scared to death. The monster emerges completely from inside the book and comes face to face with Chie, who's paralyzed with fear. But just as the monster's about to attack her, Chie lands a powerful blow with a book on the creature's head, finishing it off instantly. And she says, "See? That's why I said you couldn't open it." Chie, still in shock, asks, You already knew this would happen?" Chie confirms with a nod. Then, finally, Chie realizes Kaya's been protecting everyone this whole time. Right then, the other teacher comes to get Chie and starts dragging her to the other room. While being dragged away, Chie points her finger at the books and says, "Chie, all of them. Can't." Chie's shocked to learn that all the books have monsters inside them. So, following Kaya's orders, Chie gets rid of the books, in the dumbest way possible, literally throwing them in the middle of the street. But the principal sees the books and picks them up again. The next day, Chie and her dad are getting ready to leave. Her dad says, "I've got a slight headache." Chie calls him, and when he turns his face, we notice there's a monster attached to him. But Chie, with a simple touch, destroys the creature, relieving her dad's headache. Outside, Chie waves at her mom's bedroom window, but all we see is a dark, ominous window. Walking with her dad, she observes several monsters everywhere, and even pulls her dad to the side, dodging one of them. At school, a child screams desperately in one of the bathrooms that's locked. Chie appears and frees him from the stinky prison. He hugs Chie and cries his heart out. Next, Akira warns the children, "The middle bathroom is off limits because it's locking by itself. You mustn't use it." Chie stares at the bathroom, already suspicious of something. Right then, a little girl comes running, super desperate, and begs, "Chie, let me use the bathroom first." Chie responds, "Go ahead, but you can't use the one with the tape." But the girl really needs to go, almost peeing her pants, and she's freaking out. Chie says, "The teacher said not to hold it." But the little girl responds, "I can't help it. I was playing." The little girl then decides, "I'm gonna pee in that bathroom. Watch me, Chie." Chie refuses immediately. "No, the teacher will get mad and you'll definitely get locked inside." The little girl goes in anyway and says, "If I get locked in, I trust you'll save me, Chie-chan." Inside the bathroom, the girl relieves herself. But when she tries to open the door, what Chie said happens. She's trapped. She thinks about yelling for Chie to open the door, but when she opens her mouth, she realizes Chie will call the teacher, and she'll be mad. So she decides not to call for help. But then she concludes, "If I stay here forever, I'll turn into a little skeleton." She starts to panic, pulling at the door latch. The moment the door opens a bit, a monster slams it shut again. Kindergarten bathroom doors usually open easily from the outside, which is why there are never accidents with the kids. But what if there's no one outside to open the door and save whoever's inside? The monster keeps saying with a dragging voice, poor thing, no one's coming to save you." The girl's legs are trembling with fear. And at that moment, Chie bursts the door open with all her strength. "Run out of here!" She looks at the monster, grabs its face, and breaks into a huge smile. The girl actually asked for her help. For the first time, she's doing this because someone asked, and that makes her really happy. So she lovingly stuffs the monster into the toilet and flushes it. The little girl returns with teacher Akira. Seeing the disgusting mess the bathrooms become, she looks at Chie wondering, what the heck happened here? Realizing she might get blamed, the little girl sneaks away. Akira asks, "Chie, why did you do this?" Realizing that saying it was a monster never works, Chie freezes, unable to think of a believable excuse. Then Chie appears and says, "It was all my fault. I'm the one who broke the door and accidentally broke the pipes." She gets scolded by Akira and ends up cleaning the bathroom. Chie asks, "Why? Did you lie to Akira?" Chie responds, "Akira would never believe me if I said it was a monster." Chie says, "If you can see monsters too, maybe with your help, the other teachers will understand." Chie swears up and down, "I don't see the monsters." Chie, suspicious, asks, "Then how do you know it was a monster?" Chie smiles, "Because I believe in you." Chie continues, "I realized you've been protecting everyone all along, and that's why I'm going to protect you too." Chie blushes and gets emotional. Right then, the little girl from before appears. Chie hides behind Chie, but Chie places her in front of the little girl, whose name is Mi, to accept her feelings. Mi, all embarrassed, says thanks. "Thank you for saving me, Chie." And Chie is absolutely beaming from finally being praised for saving someone from a monster. At the end of the afternoon, her dad comes to pick her up. She jumps for joy into her dad's arms. They say goodbye, and Chie wonders, why is it always Chie's dad who picks her up, and never her mom? Akira implies that something very serious happened to Chie's mom. So when Chie gets home, she runs upstairs all excited to see her mom. But when she opens the door, a giant eye greets her with a terrifying scream. Kaya immediately gets discouraged. That's when we discover there are things even the powerful Kaya-chan can't face. And back then, no one but her knew what was in her mother's room. A few days later, Professor Akira is walking around the neighborhood near the school with the kids. A little girl named Saku notices an extremely suspicious window in a nearby house. But when she looks closer, she sees half of a sinister and creepy face in the window and gets totally freaked out. She sees this face every single day during their walks, and scared out of her mind, concludes it must be a ghost. Saku tells all her friends about the ghost in the window, but a boy named Kenken doesn't believe her, saying he's never seen anything and calls her a liar. Saku gets pissed and slaps Kenken right across the face, saying it's not a lie just because he can't see it. Hearing this, Kaya turns bright red and is amazed by Saku's words, saying she's incredible. Saku gets all cocky, claiming that maybe she really is amazing for being able to see ghosts. Then Kaya says she can see them too, which surprises Saku, and she gets super excited about sharing the same ability. Saku then concludes that since they can both see ghosts, they'll definitely be able to convince the boys that ghosts are real. Kaya agrees. The next day, while walking around the neighborhood, Saku and Kaya are holding hands, and Saku explains that the ghost is in a nearby house, and every time it's watching her from the window. At that moment, a mysterious being watches them from behind a telephone pole. When they finally reach the spot, Saku immediately gets excited, noticing the ghost is still there, and asks if Kaya sees it too. Kaya says yes, but unlike Saku, Kaya is seeing a completely different ghost. It appears terrifyingly in front of them, screaming, "Don't look, don't look, don't look!" Saku can't see this ghost, so Kaya takes it out with a simple punch, which startles Saku. Kaya asks if she's okay, but Saku is totally confused. Kaya looks at the window and finally sees the sinister face, but her expression isn't the same as when she sees a ghost or spirit. Chie approaches them asking what's going on, and Kaya says she defeated the ghost, but somehow it's still in the window. Chie is surprised, but Saku, thinking Chie doesn't believe Kaya, says with all her strength that it's true and tells her to look at the house's window. So Chie looks at the window and her face completely changes when she sees the scary face. Shortly after, the teachers are gathered around Chie, who is visibly shaken. That's when we realize the face in the window wasn't a ghost, but actually a person who had already passed away, and that the ghost Kaya defeated was precisely that person's spirit. Luckily, Kaya and Saku didn't understand the heavy situation they got involved in, because they believe with all their hearts that what they saw was a ghost, and to avoid traumatizing the children, the teachers decided to leave it at that. The next day, Kaya and her dad are heading to school, but a mysterious person is following them. At school, the teachers receive a warning that a suspicious man, between 30 and 50 years old, has been spotted lurking around the area, and they need to stay alert because lately there have been many cases of children disappearing. The reports say the children disappear for an entire day, and mysteriously return home claiming they were with their mother moments before coming back. The teachers are freaked out, and the principal asks them to stay super vigilant, since that day they were going to the public park with the children. A few hours later, the teachers and children arrive at the public park. Akira tells the kids not to go anywhere they can't see them, and under no circumstances should they follow strangers. But behind a tree, once again, a mysterious being watches Kaya. While playing with flowers, a little girl puts a flower crown on Kaya, which makes her super happy and impressed with the girl's skills. The little girl's name is Yuzu, and she says her mom taught her. Upon hearing the word mommy, Kaya gets a bit sad. Kaya then asks Yuzu to teach her how to make a flower crown, and Yuzu agrees, so she starts teaching Kaya. Kaya picks up a flower to start making the crown, but when she turns around, Yuzu has disappeared into the forest. Worried about her friend, Kaya runs into the forest, but again someone is following her. Chie immediately notices Kaya and Yuzu are missing and runs off to find them. Kaya finds Yuzu and says that Miss Akira is going to be super mad at them. Yuzu says she heard her mom calling her from inside the forest. Then her mother appears and Yuzu introduces Kaya to her. But listening carefully to Yuzu's mom's voice, Kaya immediately realizes this woman is not her friend's mother. The woman calls Yuzu to leave, but Kaya grabs Yuzu's hand and says, "You can't! It's your mommy, but you can't go!" Yuzu doesn't understand why Kaya won't let her go with her mom, so the woman lets go of Yuzu's hand and keeps calling her to come with her. Yuzu gets irritated with Kaya, who won't let go of her hand no matter what. Then, just as Yuzu is about to hit Kaya, a huge creature appears. And to top it off, Chie also shows up and witnesses the sinister being about to grab the girls. So she runs to protect the girls, grabs the guy's hand, and with a strength she doesn't even know where it came from, she easily takes down the guy who weighs at least 260 pounds. Then she picks up Kaya and Yuzu in her arms and runs as fast as she can out of there. And when they get back, Akira is mad because she and the two girls disappeared. But Chie warns her that she saw a suspicious person. Shortly after, at school, Akira tries to understand what happened. Yuzu says she saw her mommy, and Kaya adds that Chie threw a man. Akira is uncertain whether this man was really a suspicious person or some relative of Yuzu's mom. The principal arrives to ease the stressful atmosphere and tells the girls they must always remember they can't go where the teachers can't see them. At pickup time, Yuzu's mom comes to get her, and when asked if she was at the park, she denies it. And Chie is thoughtful because Kaya said the man in the forest hadn't done anything to them. Right after, Chie gives Kaya a pocket alarm and explains it will make a huge noise when bad people get close to her. Kaya, curious, asks if it also works with good people. Chie says yes, but explains that when the alarm goes off, bad people run away, and good people don't run. So Kaya sets off the alarm and makes a huge racket at school. Later, Kaya's dad comes to pick her up, and Chie says she'd be coming soon. But actually, Kaya is facing another dad. The other dad calls her to go a different way this time, a shortcut. So she climbs over the school fence, and right then, her friends show up. The boy says she can't leave that way, but Kaya says since she's with her daddy, then it's fine. The boy is totally confused because Kaya is actually alone. But the weird thing is, there's another shadow accompanying her. As she walks with the thing that is definitely not her dad, she ends up seeing that her real dad is waiting for her along with Miss Chie. Then she realizes it's a monster that's holding her. The boy from before appears running and says Kaya jumped over the school wall, and Chie immediately realizes something is very wrong because, knowing Kaya's powers, she knows she wouldn't do something like that without a reason. So she runs off already thinking the worst. Meanwhile, realizing it's not her dad, Kaya thinks about using the alarm, but quickly changes her mind, activates her powers and crushes the monster's hand, then says, Kaya doesn't need an alarm because Kaya is strong. The monster groans in pain, but then transforms into Kaya's mommy, a crushing blow to her little heart. The monster, now in her mother's form, says she came to get her as promised, fixes her hair nicely, and holding her hand, calls her to go home. Being just a little girl, Kaya is easily fooled by the monster. But at this moment, the mysterious man from before appears and shoots holy water in the monster's face, making it scream in pain. He explains that this monster is a soul kidnapper from another world, which takes the form of a loved one of its victims and kidnaps them. Now that she's seen the monster's true form, Kaya gets super pissed and with a simple slap, finishes off the creature. The guy introduces himself as Mob, the old dude she had already saved in the past. He really admires Kaya's medium powers and tries to greet her. Kaya doesn't remember saving any strange man in the past, so she sets off the alarm and simply says, "Stranger danger." Chie immediately hears the alarm sound and runs to Kaya, and seeing the weird guy, she gets irritated right away. But Kaya protects him, stating that since he didn't run from the alarm, he's not a stranger. Mob says Kaya saved him when she was still very little, and that he's super grateful for that. But this gratitude has become almost like fanaticism. Kaya's real dad appears, and she runs into his arms. Then Mob introduces himself to Chie as an occult writer and gives her his business card. He asks her to call him later because he has a lot to tell her. Chie becomes even more suspicious of the guy and says, "Dude, this is so sketchy." Sometime later, Kaya-chan is at school, casually drawing with her classmates while teacher Chie is lost in thought. She's remembering that bizarre day when she met the occultist Mob. After that weird encounter, she did some research on him and found out everything the guy said was true. But still, to her, Mob remains an extremely sketchy dude. And either way, Chie concludes she needs to protect Kaya-chan from that weirdo. Now more focused, she notices Kaya's drawing and says it's super cute. Happy as can be, Kaya says, "I'm gonna color it." She runs to grab some colored crayons. But when she opens the box, she realizes the black crayon is missing. Other kids also say there are no black crayons in the other boxes either. Chie and Akira notice this is bizarrely weird, and the kids start suspecting a thief, even though one little boy doesn't even know what a thief is. Chie notices Yuzu acting strange, and when she questions her, Yuzu gets startled and tries to sneak away. But since she has a pure heart and can't lie, she reveals that her brother had a bunch of black crayons. They head to the first grade teacher's room, where Teacher Mero apologizes for what Yuzu's brother is doing. The little boy's name is Ken, and he painted all over the classroom mirror, claiming that the mirror is scary. Mero explains to Chie and Akira that the little boy is just like Kaya-chan, a problem child, in Mero's words. With a tone way more arrogant than any elementary school teacher should have, Mero wonders what the heck is so scary about a mirror and concludes that Ken is only scared because he's such a baby. This shows that maybe Mero doesn't even like her job and is only there because she needs the paycheck. Akira says she shouldn't talk like that, and Mero, now speaking more gently, apologizes to the second graders, saying she'll give Ken a serious talking to for stealing and ruining all the black crayons. Chie finds Mero's arrogant and mean way of speaking earlier really strange, and Akira agrees, saying she'll have a more serious conversation with Mero later. Meanwhile, Yuzu's little brother stares at the mirror with a look that mixes fear and curiosity. Later, Chie is working overtime taking care of Kaya when Mero shows up and greets her. Chie asks if she's also working overtime, and Mero says yes, but not because she wants to. She was forced to clean the mirror Ken messed up earlier. Chie offers to help her, but she refuses and tells them both to do their best as caretakers of problem children, obviously referring to Kaya-chan too. Hearing this and knowing about Kaya's powers, Chie suspects there might be something bad about that mirror and, fearing the worst, offers again to help Mero, but she refuses once more. Next, Mero starts cleaning, but when she wipes the glass with the cloth, a terrifying monster takes over her face in the reflection and grabs her neck, making her scream. The scream catches Kaya and Chie's attention, so Kaya runs to save her. When they arrive in the room, the monster is pulling Mero's leg, as if it wants to drag her inside the mirror, while the monster screams, "Help! Help!" But Kaya kicks the creature, which retreats back into the mirror and saves Mero. While Mero recovers from the shock, Kaya notices something very strange about Mero's reflection. The name and design aren't flipped. This is extremely weird since mirrors flip everything they reflect. And to make it way stranger, the next day, Mero is completely different from her usual self. Now she's no longer the annoying teacher who complains about students, but instead a kind teacher. She even apologizes to Yuzu and Ken for what she said the day before. But an even stranger detail appears. The beauty mark on Mero's face, previously on the left side, is now on the right side. And the name on her clothes is now reversed. Chie is impressed by Mero's huge personality change and says she expected nothing less from a lecture by teacher Akira. But Akira says she hasn't even talked to Mero about the previous day yet. At that moment, two hands bang from inside the mirror as if desperate to get out. Later, everyone heads to swimming class and Chie is just as excited as the kids. Saku-chan shows off her cute swimsuit that her mommy gave her, and looking at Kaya, notices she's fully dressed. Kaya says she doesn't want to get sunburned. Kenkin shows up and starts making fun of Kaya's outfit, but the little girls won't let him bother Kaya and chase him away. Akira calls the kids to do a warm-up before getting in the pool, and Kaya notices a ghost right above the pool, as if it's waiting for the kids to get in. Soon after, everyone's having fun in the pool, except Kaya-chan because she hates pools, and also because she can't swim. She sits on the edge of the pool, completely bummed out. Kenkin shows up to make fun of her, and Saku asks if Kaya wants her to beat up Kenkin. Since Kaya can't swim, Yuzu offers her a kickboard. At that moment, Kenkin bumps into the ghost and turns around apologizing, thinking he bumped into another kid, but to his surprise, there was no one behind him. That's when the ghost shows its fangs and slimy tongue and grabs the boy, holding him underwater. Kaya sees everything, and Saku thinks he's hiding from them, so she goes after him, but due to the waves caused by the other kids, Saku doesn't notice him. Kenkin reaches his hand out in a desperate attempt to call her, while the ghost holds him underwater. He starts losing hope that anyone will notice him, but at that moment, Kaya jumps with her kickboard onto the ghost, saving Kenkin's life. Saku celebrates, thinking Kaya smacked Kenkin, but Akira scolds the kids, thinking they were just playing around and that this game could drown someone. So she tells Kenkin and Kaya to get out of the pool, knowing that Kaya can't swim and that she risked herself to save him. Kenkin carries her and thanks her for her heroic act, apologizing for being rude to her before, which makes Kaya super happy. Obviously, the two get a good scolding from Akira. Later, after everyone says goodbye, Mob pulls up in his car in front of Chie, and she immediately gets ready to beat him up. He asks why she hasn't contacted him, and Chie says she would never call a stalker. Mob threatens her, saying if she doesn't set up a meeting with him, he'll keep showing up in front of the school until she agrees. Hearing the word meeting, Chie gets curious, and Mob shows her a top-secret folder, inviting her to talk about Kaya. They go to a coffee shop, and Chie examines Mob's top-secret documents. The documents have everything about Kaya: name, age, address, even notes from her conversations at school. This is super sketchy. Chie concludes he really is a criminal stalker and yells that she's calling the police. While she dials the police number, he begs her to hear his side of the story, because if he had bad intentions, he wouldn't have shown her all this. Chie decides to hear his story, and Mob says that 4 years ago, he had a beautiful, cheerful little daughter. His greatest happiness was seeing her always happy. But one day, while she was walking to school, her little friend called her from across the street, and unfortunately, a truck took her from this world. At the funeral, everyone tried to comfort him and his wife, but he wasn't in mourning like everyone else, because he was the only one who could see his daughter's spirit. And even having knowledge about the occult, he made the mistake of asking his daughter's spirit to stay by his side. This prevented him from grieving and moving on with life, but his wife didn't see it the same way because, unlike Mob, she couldn't see their daughter's spirit. Even though she still loved him, She decided to distance herself from Mob, hoping he would realize their daughter was no longer among them, and left a written note, "When you calm down, I'll come back." Mob continued taking care of his daughter's spirit, with the same routines as always, like taking her to the park. But since people couldn't see her, they thought it was weird for a man to sit and smile at absolutely nothing. But unfortunately for him, spirits can't stay in the living world for too long, or else they transform into scary ghosts. And that's what starts happening to his daughter's spirit. She said she was tired, but thinking it would be like a regular human's tiredness, he waited a few days, hoping she would recover. But as days passed, the transformation only got worse, until she completely transformed into a ghost. Realizing all this only happened because he asked her to stay with him, Mob thinks about giving up on life and going with his daughter's ghost to the afterlife. But to his surprise, his daughter asks them to go get her mommy too. Mob breaks down, begging her to only take him. That's when Chie appears, and pops Mob's daughter's ghost like a simple balloon, saving him from what was once his daughter. Mob explains to Chie that Chie not only made him accept that his daughter had passed on, but also saved his marriage. Chie says she understands he really admires Chie, in a positive way of course, but says he could use other ways to approach her, and not like some weird stalker. Mob agrees with Chie and says he kept his distance from her all this time and was studying her supernatural powers. But everything changed when, last month, his occultist partners gave him some disturbing information. The information revealed there was a house considered extremely dangerous in the area, and that, after much investigation, they discovered it was Chie's house. And Mob says very seriously, "Inside that house, there's something very dangerous." Sometime later, Chie is deep in thought about her conversation with Mob. She's seriously worried about Chie and totally freaked out by the creepy stuff Mob told her earlier. Chie's dad shows up to pick her up, and Chie rushes over since it's time to head home. Chie mentions she's looking forward to the home visit at Chie's place the next day, and Chie's dad confirms with a smile. They say their goodbyes, and right then, the police issue an emergency alert. Apparently, a little girl only 8 years old went missing that very day. The girl has black hair and braids and is wearing a flowery blouse and white skirt. Chie asks what's going on, and her dad explains about the missing girl, adding that earlier that same morning, an elderly man had also disappeared. He tells Chie to be careful not to get lost, and Chie agrees. Further ahead, by sheer luck, they spot the missing girl. The poor thing is terrified and desperately hugs Chie's dad, begging for help because somehow she can't find her way home. He says everything will be okay, and that they'll go to the police so they can contact her parents. The little girl gets excited for a moment, but then spots something that instantly changes her expression. She says she still can't go home and takes off running, desperate for some bizarre reason. It's as if she's being chased by something or someone. Chie's dad can't see it, but Chie. She sees a sinister and terrifying monster sniffing after the poor girl. Desperate, she runs from the monster that's getting closer and closer. The little girl hasn't gone home because she doesn't want to lead the monster there, which is why she keeps running aimlessly through the city. Unfortunately, she ends up in a dead-end alley and hides behind a pole, since maybe that's the only way to possibly throw the monster off her trail. She watches the alley entrance, already fearing the worst, but to her relief, who appears is Chie-chan. But knowing Chie-chan's look, that's her hunter's gaze, and she's not looking for the little girl, but rather the monster chasing her. Chie then says, "Found you. Oh, the girl's here too." At that moment, the monster grabs the girl by the head to the poor thing's horror. But Chie shows why she's the most powerful of all, and destroys the monster with a single attack, splitting the creature in half. Chie then listens to what the monster is saying, and tells the little girl that the monster is asking for help, that it's suffering and just wants to go home. That's when the little girl remembers what happened before she started being chased by the monster. She was playing with her paper airplane, until it fell into the river and landed on something she should never have seen. Chie's dad finally catches up to both of them, and is relieved that they're both okay. But the little girl is deeply shaken, remembering the bag she saw in the lake. Later, the little girl reunites with her mother, who's relieved to have found her daughter safe. Later, the police make another announcement, stating that both the child and the missing elderly man have been found. That's when we realize that the bag the little girl had seen before was actually what was left of the elderly man, and because of this, unfortunately, the little girl was traumatized. The next day at school, the kids are super excited about the new toys the school got. The teachers ask the principal why so many toys, and the principal explains that a friend's school ended up closing and was going to throw the toys away. She thought that would be such a waste, so she brought them all to her school. Chihiro is already used to the principal's zero waste rule and doesn't even bat an eye anymore. Most of the toys are broken, and Akira says that later they'll organize everything. The teachers call the kids to play outside and leave the toys to have fun with them the next day, since everything will be organized. The kids leave all excited, but 3 sneaky girls stay behind because they're curious to see the best toys. Chie is scared the teachers will catch them red-handed, but the others don't even care. They end up finding a bizarrely creepy and suspicious doll, and when Chie picks it up, something weird happens to her. At that moment, Kaya-chan appears and immediately says her warning words, "Don't do it!" The girls try to play dumb with Kaya, claiming they're not doing anything wrong. But all Kaya says is, "You can't keep her." But Chie walks away with the doll in her arms, ignoring Kaya's warnings. But Kaya's look says it all. "The doll is a monster!" Chie puts the doll in a separate spot, and her little friends notice that her shirt sleeve is torn, just like the doll's. Shortly after, Chie is clearly possessed and cuts her own hair, saying she prefers it shorter, just like the doll's. A bit later, she pulls out a baby tooth, and with a creepy smile says it's all good. Her little friends quickly conclude that the weird doll is to blame for everything and run to throw it away. But when they get to where the doll was, it's empty. Chie appears completely possessed with the doll in her arms. The little girls are scared out of their minds, but one of them slaps the doll, sending it flying to the feet of the best possible person, Kaya-chan. Kaya lifts the doll like it's a rabbit just caught by an expert hunter and says, "This is why I said you can't!" Then she slams the doll to the ground with tremendous force, and Chie faints, but soon returns to normal, not remembering anything that happened. Kaya-chan walks away carrying her prey, and the girls are happy and relieved for their friend, who finally realizes she's missing a tooth. In the afternoon, Chie goes for her first home visit, but she's a little scared because, as Mob said before, there's something powerful living at Kaya's house. Getting there, Kaya sees her and gets super happy about her favorite teacher's presence. Then Kaya asks what she came to do there. Chie says she came for a home visit and to talk with her mom and dad. Hearing this, Kaya immediately changes her expression and says with all her might, "You can't! Kaya's mommy can't!" Kaya says her mom is different from other moms, and that's why Chie can't talk to her. But at that moment, the door opens and something insanely scary and powerful comes out to greet Chie. Chie gets super excited and introduces herself to the creature. Then we realize it's none other than Kaya's mom. But since Chie doesn't have paranormal powers, only Kaya can see the monster standing before them. Everyone goes to the kitchen to talk about Kaya, and the poor thing just watches that thing chatting normally with everyone. Kaya can't understand what the creature is saying. It's like it's speaking a completely different language from hers, but both her dad and Chie understand her perfectly fine. A little while later, Chie says goodbye to Kaya's mom and leaves, but ends up running into Mob, who was clearly following her. He's excited about Chie's visit to Kaya's house and asks how it went, if she found anything strange there. Chie says she didn't see anything weird, and that Kaya's house is a normal house like any other. But Mob doesn't believe her, and with a really suspicious and weird face, asks her to share the information she collected on the visit. Then Chie, scared to death, refuses immediately. Then she realizes she left her pen at Kaya's house, and when questioned by Mob once again, she ends up remembering Kaya's strange words from minutes before. That's when Kaya's mom appears to return Chie's pen. Chie is happy that she went through the trouble of walking all the way there to return the pen, even though she's pregnant. But Mob is completely frozen in fear, trembling all over, because unlike Chie, he has some supernatural power. After Kaya's mom left, Mob takes Chie to a little park and asks what Kaya's mom was like from her perspective. Chie says she was a kind mom and that she was also pregnant. Mob agrees, but still very scared, says that what's in Kaya's mom's belly is probably a super powerful ghost. Chie, still not believing it, says that if it's a joke, it's not funny at all, but looking at Mob's face, she quickly realizes the guy is dead serious. Mob says he saw her that way too, because even though she was possessed, she didn't act like one, and that maybe the real target of the possession is the baby she's carrying. It's like Kaya's mom is acting as a shield for the baby, both physically and emotionally. Mob also says that this ghost is invincible against Kaya, because if it weren't, Kaya-chan would have probably already taken it down. Hearing all this, Chie wonders if the ghost will stay like this until the baby is born, or if what's born will even be human. What will happen to Kaya-chan if her little brother or sister becomes what she hunts? Drop in the comments what you think is going to happen to Kaya-chan. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.